If you are tired of cold outreach, paid ads, and referral business being the only reliable source of new clients for your coaching business, then watch this video because I'm about to show you how you can leave all of that behind. Creating an ideal client profile, or ICP, is the first step to connecting on a deep level with your audience and resonating deeper than anybody else does. You must be thinking, Mac, I've already got an ICP. I've already done research about my clients, but how deep did you go and how accurate is that ICP? I'm going to show you how you can integrate AI into this process and create an ICP that not only serves the purpose in the moment, but will forever be progressing as your understanding of your clients deepens. Out of respect for your time, I'm going to keep this guide as short and sweet as possible. However, if you do want additional help in creating this guide, or furthermore in implementing this guide into your communication so that you can market your brand and not just your services, then reach out to us right over here and I'll give you a hand with whatever you need. I'll be using ChatGPT for this. This hugely impacts the results that we get from this ICP. And as we are looking to create a detailed and very accurate representation of the ideal audience, we need to take into account that everybody who needs our services isn't necessarily an ideal client for us to be working with. Let's look at the tech industry. Everybody needs the products that both Apple and Samsung sell. However, Apple's audience is vastly different from Samsung. That doesn't come just from them needing different services. It comes from them wanting to identify with a different group of people. And so we need to discover who your ideal audience would be, i.e. the people that will be identifying with your services the most. So the first step in this guide is to give GPT as much context as possible. Now look at this chart next to me, and this is everything that you need to give GPT for it to understand your business on the level that we require for this part of the process. Next, we are going to build out a human persona that will be a representation of our ideal client. Now, this is where we get into the demographics, the psychographics, their day-to-day life, their values, all of that good stuff that's going to give us a good insight into who they are as people and further prime the chatbot to be able to take on the next step where we dive even deeper into understanding their decision making. So you'll build out your audience persona in the following order. Then after that, we'll dive into the third and final step of creating this ICP. By now, we've built out a full persona that is a representation of this ideal client that we are looking to work with. However, it's not just the ideal person that would need our services and would be capable of purchasing them. It goes a step deeper. This client will resonate with our mission, vision, values, and with the identity that comes with associating with our brand, which is absolutely insane. The final step here is diving into the key insights of their emotional and psychological journey when struggling with a problem, seeking out a solution, solving the problem, and then finally getting to the last step, which is achieving that dream outcome. This will give us an idea of what the key factors are that influence their decisions, and that will influence, one, their decision to seek out help, two, their decision to decide that your help is the help that would be best for them, three, to feel like they are in good hands once they do start working with you, so that the process is smooth from step one to achieving the dream outcome. That will leave them not only with a solved problem and with gratitude towards you, but rather with loyalty because of the way in which you help them solve this problem. It will leave a permanent brand mark in their mind. Now, look, I know this guide was very quick. By now, you've got enough information to go out and test this out for yourself. As long as you follow the steps that I've showed you, you'll have more than enough information to have a very detailed, accurate, and realistic ideal client profile. If you've got any questions or if you want help along any step of the process, then reach out to us here. If you haven't niched down yet, this is essential, obviously, when you are creating an ideal client profile. Watch this video here. If you still have questions about niching down or creating this ideal client profile, or any other questions in regard to how you can build a brand that will convert more leads, that will attract the right leads, to have your clients, after working with you, become loyal advocates of your brand, where they go and tell the world, which will attract even more clients, then reach out to us here It's the same contact information for any of your queries, and I'll help you in anywhere that you need. All right, people, I'll see you guys next week. And until then, continue reshaping minds, redefining excellence, and leading boldly. Cheers.